I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
The sheriff's office began this investigation when we received a phone call about a missing mother that she had gone for a run that evening, from the heathens. And she didn't return. The Ma and Pa Trail, if anybody's not familiar, is a large trail that runs through, like I said, about a 7-mile section of Harford County. This particular portion of the trail is well graded and open. Along the side of this trail, there are two large drainage culverts that run under a local highway. Those drainage culverts are hidden during the summertime by trees and shrubbery. In processing the scene, we recovered genetic material that we were able to use through the Maryland State Police Crime Lab to attempt to identify the suspect. That genetic material ultimately was entered into a system called CODIS, which is a national DNA database. CODIS contains not only known offenders, but it also contains DNA samples from other unsolved crimes with unknown suspects. In this case, CODIS was a huge break for us. And what we were able to do with that database was link this crime to another unsolved crime in the state of California, in Los Angeles specifically, which was a home invasion, is how I would describe it right now. And in that instance, that suspect left behind a hat. And that hat was collected by the Los Angeles Police Department, and DNA was located on that hat, and that DNA was entered into CODIS. I would just reiterate again, anybody who has seen anything or anybody who feels like they have information that could help the investigation, please reach out to the sheriff's office and let us know what you have.
Hey, you guys. Hey, LFT. How is everyone?
Hello.
I know there's a bunch of people live right now, and that's cool. I'm here for it. I just, we're doing a late night live. It's been a day. It's been a good day. Ish.
Couple replay crews are always welcome.
Yeah, oh God, we love everybody. If you guys notice, first of all, welcome everybody here. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I know that we don't go live often, so when we do go live, I appreciate those who are here. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Wheel, Boss Man, and Petunia. I really appreciate everyone being here when we do go live. There's a couple of things. We're going to be talking about Rachel Morin tonight, but I'll can't look at chat because I just started to read it. One of the things I wanted to discuss was that I tagged Guilty of Crime, Jay. Do you guys know who that is by chance? Have you seen her channel? She
Yeah.
covers all the things. She is our people. She is the kind of people we like to watch, hang around. Great channel. Just really, really cool individual. I love her. I was in her live stream today for a few minutes and told her that I am local to Rachel Morin and told her that if she wanted to ever reach out to us for information or specific things, as far as like, I don't know, pictures, in touch with people, whatever, that we could help her. We have been covering Rachel since she passed. We have a lot of things to cover in a very short period of time. I hope you will bear with me. Let's all just say a silent prayer. Who saw that my computer keeps up with all the things that I need it to do tonight? I actually have I have it slightly prepared, just slightly. So I'm hoping I can share screen and everything will work out. Before we get into, I'll do a background on Rachel and we'll talk about everything. And then we will lead into what happened today, watch an interview, show some things. And basically, to tell you also that I was going to go to the hearing today. And I didn't go. And I'm actually really glad that I didn't. Something happened and I couldn't do it. And instead I went to the trail. And I'm really glad I did. And I'll tell you why later. I will be at all the other hearings, the trial, all the things. What I heard today was just not surprising, appalling, makes me want to spit nails, and also gratitude. So I am all the things today. First and foremost, though, I did do a short video last night trying to kind of put things from on a super fast timeline. Hang on one second. To kind of show us things. I'm going to actually take us off. But I wanted to let you know that I tagged Guilty of Crime for a reason, and that is because she has been covering Rachel Morin. And I like her coverage. I like her. So I need you guys to go over, if you're not subscribed, her channel is Ratchet Hair.
She's got a great voice and really
she's a great everything. She has cool tattoos.
Yeah, she's got great information and just it's a great person to just listen to.
She is. Did you like that? I'm going to show that to Petunia. Thanks. I missed him by mere moments, by the way. I didn't know that. Actually, no joke, you guys. I missed him by mere moments. I did not know that. I have that video. I have the video of him landing. I have Matt's interview today with Erin Lehman, Rachel's sister. We have a couple of things to just go through really quick. But first thing on the list is please go subscribe to Guilty of Crime. Give her a bunch of nice comments and likes. Tell her what a fabulous job she's doing. And just be kind. You know how we do. You know how we do. Y'all know. So I'm going to play this really quick. And just so you know, I did this last night. Super late at night. I was uber frustrated, and I'm sure there's bugs in here. I'm sure that there are typos. I'm sure that there are all the things. So if you will bear with me and just know that I really did, hang on, I'm going to remove the comment.
No big deal. You were putting it together.
I was really just in the middle of everything, and it was just, but this, and mind you, when we cover this case, I know we're going to talk about this guy, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it pains me to talk about him. It pains me to talk about this scum, because what I want to focus on are good things, like him sitting in a cinder block cell with steel doors, and I hope it's really hot, because I'm told hell is hot. So just get used to it, Victor. But this is Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez of El Salvador. He actually murdered a woman in January 2023. I have some things that are not updated on this yet. So just like I said, bear with me on this, and I will pause it as we go through because it goes pretty quickly. So this is him. This is our guy.
He's accomplished a lot in his 23 freaking years. And I mean that sarcastically.
Yeah. Martinez Hernandez is a suspected gang member illegally. Good Lord, I can't speak tonight. I apologize, you guys. Entered the U.S. February 13th. Keep that date in mind. February 13th, 2023, after being caught crossing the border 3 times prior within a 3-week period. Are you flipping kidding me? And he's such a snake. Hi, Jenna. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for the orange hearts, too. He made it through. I mean, the joke that I have there, I can't say out loud. He made it undetected the 4th time and entered in the El Paso area. Beginning his reign of terror in Los Angeles, California. Now, we don't know what he did prior to this, but so yeah, this is on March 26th. So he's been here since January, and this is him leaving the Los Angeles home. He was caught on a Ring camera leaving the home in Los Angeles after attacking a 9-year-old child and her mother. Now, we told people early on that this was a young child. We had it that she was 9. Everyone kept saying, no, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. It was true. We knew it was true. We didn't want to argue with you. It is what it is. We knew, we had it on good faith that the information that we were given was good. We were allowed to say that. That was a long time ago.
And her brother really did step up and intervene. And
yes, her older brother did save. Well, I can't get into that, but did save her life and her mother's, because, this guy wasn't just going to, you all know. I don't have to say too much, right? Like we know what kind of monster this is. Look at his cocky ass attitude walking out, and it continued today. Here's what dumbass did there that made me really happy. Is he's really, really not that bright. And he left behind his hat. DNA was extracted from the hat and run through CODIS, but no identification was made. We had his DNA makeup, but we didn't have his name. So on August 5th, Rachel Morin went for a run on the Monpaw Trail. It's actually the Monpaw Heritage Trail in Bel Air, Maryland. She didn't return home. She was reported missing. Actually, to be fair, her children were the first ones to call attention to her not coming home. And her then boyfriend, Richard Tobin, who was never, ever, ever a suspect, and merely a standby person. This guy was hit by friendly fire. Let's just say that. I mean, he's not a bad guy. He's a big guy, but he's not a bad guy. He's done good things, and he was merely dating a woman who was brutally murdered. And boy, did he catch a lot of that on the other side. She did not return home. He reported her through her children. He came over, reported her missing. They went to the trail very late at night and looked, and they did not find Rachel. The next day, it says here, Rachel was brutally attacked and murdered, and her body was found the following day in a drainage tunnel. This is the tunnel that she was, actually, I'm lying. I purposely, to be fair, I'm actually lying to you. I purposely took this picture. This is the wrong tunnel. It's the tunnel next to the one that she was actually found in. And I did this when I showed this tunnel for a reason. And that was because I didn't want to disrespect Rachel. I was new to this case and I didn't want to disrespect her or her family. But this is the identical tunnel next to where she was found.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is moving. Now I wanted it to move slow. Weeks after Rachel was found, DNA from Rachel's crime scene was linked to the hat found in the scene of the Los Angeles attack. Law enforcement had his DNA. Oh, see, already profile. I don't even know what that word is, but no identity. See, there's typos. Look, y'all, I have long nails, so there's going to be typos. It is what it is. I apologize. So they had his DNA and they were able to match the DNA from Rachel's crime scene to the hat in LA. But that is a really big area. And everybody was like, okay, the hunt is really, really on. Here's what, remember when I said February 13th? February 13th, 1 year later, after illegally entering the U.S., a detailed sketch was released. Oh, look at that. Another typo there. Was released of the suspect. And this is what we had to work with. This is what police, law enforcement had to work with. They had his DNA. We had a hat. We had a description. We had the back of his head on a Ring video. And then we had this sketch. Now, many say this sketch, when it first came out, not the way you spell. Thank you. Good grief. I'm telling you, I swear, I'll show you my nail. Well, you all have seen, if you've seen the one picture, you've seen how long they are. But we had this picture. And when this picture came out, and I really want people to pay attention to dates because dates are so important. And I say this all the time, but the victims are always the ones to solve their own crimes. And I believe that Rachel, with all my heart and soul, was very influential in her own solving of her own case. No one can steer me differently. You can't tell me any different. I won't believe you, and I'll call you a liar to your face. But February 13th, the sketch came out. When this came out, everybody was like, the hell, that doesn't look anything like the guy in the Ring camera, right? We were all up in arms, and everybody was like, that doesn't look like him. And how do we know this? And how do we know that? Facebook groups are the devil. Facebook groups are the devil. So this is what we had and what we were looking for. Or what we didn't really have any.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you made a point that's really important earlier too, or the other night. The sketch was done not only off that Ring camera, but off of multiple interviews. And
it was, yeah. Well, witnesses, that's true. That's a valid point. Witnesses had seen him prior to Rachel's attack. He was seen. Descriptions were done there. He was seen at the border. Where he attacked the poor child, those people saw him. There was a lot of people who put in their 2 cents on what this guy looked like. And that was across the nation. And I have the guy's name that did the sketch. If you will give me 1 second, I will get it for...
I really need my glasses on. I'm having to zoom in on my phone.
Give me 1 second because I did a post on it, and
while she's looking that up,
I
was just gonna say, go ahead with the name.
Michael Streed was the sketch artist, and it's Sketch Cop. Digital solutions for facial imaging and identification. And we have that too. I'll put that. I know, bless those people. Can you imagine, Kelly, being attacked and then having to like relive it to describe your attacker. I mean, how horrible. Just so many levels of shit in this that people have had to relive that I don't know. I'm grateful to those involved who stepped up to do what they could.
I think it's given us a better understanding sometimes too of, I think we all understand that the wheels of justice sometimes turn slowly. They're turning, but it might be slow. But I have a new understanding and appreciation for why a victim, it may take a moment to be able to muster that courage. And regardless of the matter of time, I applaud anyone who, because that's hard. And
well, also in the grand scheme of things, not having his name, only having his DNA. I mean, 2 weeks later, we had his DNA and a match. So, I mean, that it took 10 months, yes, that sucks. But there's labs. There's how many different agencies involved here? We had Harford County, Maryland State Police. We had the FBI. We had Homeland Security. We had LAPD. God, who I'm trying to think. That's 6 off the top of my head that I can rattle off.
Okay. I mean, incorporate your every initial basic instinct in terms of agencies that will contribute to finding someone of this caliber. And then I think none of us for a long time may have not realized essentially that it was, they were on like a quote unquote international manhunt.
They really were.
Before we were even aware. So it took, actually, you know what? It was all, I mean, we're not even a year into it, and at least someone is behind bars and had a hearing today. So
I'm grateful. That's why I said I'm really grateful for today. This is one of my favorite people on the planet. This is our sheriff, Harford County Sheriff Jeffrey Gaylor. And if you know, you know, but Mr. Gaylor, Sheriff Gaylor, King Gaylor, whatever you want to call him, he's like an everyman. Like, you could meet him in the grocery store and he's a great guy. You could meet him in his uniform and he's a great guy. He's everything you want in a sheriff and more. And for 10 months, extensive searches were conducted, tips followed up by Harford County Sheriff Jeffrey Gaylor and his team of dedicated detectives, which we have those names too. I'm not 100% sure we should give them out or not, but we can. I mean, some of them I know we can. Captain Lean, Detective Gold, and Detective Maddox. They were all very involved in solving this. And
I think it did Hartford County. I think it speaks. Sometimes people think like small town, smaller county without this, that aren't accustomed to these kind of cases, or they don't deal with them on a daily basis.
No, we don't.
For a small entity like this, as quiet as they may have been at times, they put themselves on the map in a good way, in terms of they 100%. Don't look a fool. They don't look a fool. Like, they did this correctly. They followed the steps, and they did so much more. And I just think that, it wasn't something that they were like, we can't solve it, or like, we did this, and now we're just waiting.
Sheriff Gaylor is a man of integrity. And this happened in literally, and I've said this a million times, this happened in his backyard. And when I say his backyard, I mean, he lives by the trail, and he doesn't take, what sheriff takes kindly to crime anyway? What sheriff takes kindly to crime close to his home? Hi, Titanium Build. Thanks for coming in here.
Local law enforcement was definitely, I don't know, we've all witnessed it in several different cases. There's outside noise that, in social media and things that can either bring you down or build you up, kind of deal. And they did in my opinion, from what I now see and understand, especially looking back now at the bigger picture, bravo, because they ignored the
They
noise
tuned out
and they focused. Yeah.
yeah, they tuned it out. And I will say this, since you brought it up, because I feel a little shady tonight. Oh, I hope you have a good night. I hope you get a chance to relax, Titanium Belt. If you guys, y'all don't even pretend like you don't know who that is. So you better go over and like a bunch of her videos and leave some nice comments, because we love her. She's been super supportive of us, and we need to do that.
And she was just live, so y'all be sure to check out her channel.
Yes, for sure, for sure. If anyone has her link, drop it, and just in case, or drop her last video link in, so that way we have that one and we can go and watch it later on. Because when we're going to bed, I love to listen to her. So it is really remarkable how the pieces came into place. But remember I said watch date. Well, okay, so before we get into the dates, we were talking about the sheriff and the detectives and keeping out the white noise. I will tell you, because I know this for a fact. I have receipts. I've heard receipts. I've seen the receipts. And it's really embarrassing. And I really, really hope to embarrass the hell out of all the people that said they had this solved in 2 weeks in the Facebook groups. So those people harassed and called the Harford County Sheriff. Now, I'm all for giving tips. You have a tip, you've seen them, you think you've seen them, you find some stuff out, you give them the tips. Listen, that's what solved this, right? But when you think you know more, sit your ass down. And there was a lot of Facebook detectives that thought they knew more. And I'm laughing at you, because you didn't have a clue who this guy was. You didn't have a clue. You gave out names randomly long ago, and you look a fool. And thank you to Harford County for not turning this into a shit show. Because it really could have gone downhill quickly if they fed into any of that. They didn't. They just such honorable men and women. But on May 20th, and this guy's so flippin' ugly to me in all the horrible ways. On May 20th, which is Rachel's birthday, information came in that changed everything. They had his name on Rachel's birthday. They found out his name. What? This case was huge, and all of a sudden it was like everyone went on to the next case. Harford did a good job. Titanium, I second that. The thing was, we knew that they were working so hard. And we knew that they were still doing everything that they could and still running. We knew when they were traveling. We knew that they won. I know. Yes. Yes. I love that it was her birthday, because I'm telling you, she solved this. She solved this. So on the 13th of February, he came into the United States. The 13th of February, a year later, his hat was found. DNA was extracted. The sketches went out. And then on May 20th, her birthday, we have a name. Okay. Now, I will be 100% transparent. I did not know anything about this guy. I didn't know his name. We had some of the name in our notes. I don't want to lie. That's correct, right? We had.
No, for real, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to speak out of turn there, but we did not. Well, we'll just leave it at that. So
we wouldn't. We say vet it three sources. I mean, before you go public, 3 sources and stuff, and
3 sources. Also, give it to the right people.
Yep, and there are certain things that you just don't make public when it's not appropriate to make it public.
Right. Also, there was, family and law enforcement did go very quiet, and we knew without a shadow of a doubt that Harford County, the state police, FBI, all the people were doing everything. Yes, I can repeat the dates. I absolutely can repeat the dates. So in January, he came to the country, or he tried to come in 3 times. The 4th he got in. February 13th he arrived into the U.S. and snuck in like a slimy ass snake. So February 13th, we'll go back and I'll show you.
And you're right with the January though, because the January unaliving that he did occurred January of 2023 in El Salvador, and then his ass ran.
Titty baby bitch that he is. And then on June 14th in Tulsa, Oklahoma, authorities capture Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez casually sitting at a bar. And I really wanted to write casually sitting at a bar. He was taken into custody without incident. The only thing that he said is, "It wasn't me. No, I'm not Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez." Yeah, you are. You know why I know we are? You are? Because I'm about to take your bar glass and rub it right up against the hat and see if the DNA matches.
And your no hablo does not work here, sir.
Yeah. That's another whole story, which I can't even talk about. Won't even say a word about that, but interested.
I was just kind of being a little bit of a dick by being like, don't even know.
But look at the hair. Look at him. He's literally looking right into the camera. There's no fear.
Why is his ew? Hold on, y'all zoom in on that picture. Why does his forehead do that up top?
Okay, stop talking. Do not zoom into that picture. That is the devil right there. Do not zoom in. Those are his horns coming out. Literally, he is gross. He's disgusting. I have names for him, but
look at his hair kind of, and he's got it all slicked back. I will give a echo to you in that Facebook groups. You got to be smart and know what you're reading and what to do with the information and etc. But I did see that someone where I do not know the location of where it was, but he was doing, because he was working, doing odd jobs and layman's work. I don't mean.
What are you trying to say?
That. But they had pictures of him on their home security camera, sitting there like, laying the brick and doing this crap.
Oh, that wasn't home security. That was a video someone took of him. I have the video.
Okay, sorry, I only saw the screenshots. But I was like, just look at his hair now, because his hair was like slightly longer. But damn, to me, he still resembled the Ring camera and
he does have
the
a
sketch.
What's interesting to me is, and we kept saying this, I kept beating this into people's heads, and they kept telling me, no, look how big he looks. He's 5'8" and 160 pounds. 5'8" and 100. Listen, I'm 5'8". He ain't that big. But on June 20th, Hernandez waived extradition and was transported to the Harford County Detention Center. Now, locally, we'd like to call that the Harford Hilton. The Harford Hilton is just a nasty place to be. It's beautiful on the outside. The sheriff has done a lovely job with flowers, parking, etc.
Very crisp looking.
I'll show you that too. But I went there yesterday, and it's also the worst spot, makes sense, to stream because there's no internet there. They must have their own thing. He was flown in by U.S. Border Patrol, Customs, all that. Listen, if I hear one more person in a Facebook group complain about he flew on in a private jet, look at me when I'm talking to you. Look at me when I am talking to you. Do you want this guy sitting next to you on the American Airlines flight with cuffs on? No. Hi. Seat 3B. Oh, yeah. That's the guy that killed Rachel. Yeah, no. Stop it. Stop it with your idiot selves. Oh, he flew in on a private jet. Do you think that looks like Beyonce's flight in there? Do y'all think
Nothing is considered private or luxurious if you are sitting in a seat with metal things holding your two hands together. I don't just didn't like I just
Well,
typed in the chat. That's the least. Whatever. I don't give a. He could have flown in on Air Force One. I don't give a shit.
Me too. I would have listen. If he flew on an Air Force One, I would have been happy there too. Sky Marshals aren't expensive, but you know why we have them? Because you don't want this fucker sitting next to you in A3. That's why.
No.
So I'm going to say, check. Thank you. Thank you for flying him in via Con Air. Thank you. Appreciate you, gentlemen. I read some things today and it really pissed me off. It was like, how could, more wasted taxpayers' money? Really? Okay. So on the flight back from, Miss Dash, on the flight back from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Baltimore, we'd like to sit you next to, really?
When he's like, can you open my can of apple juice because my hands are handcuffed? I'd be like, the fuck I will.
Well,
no,
and also, like, do you think that they're just going to let him wait? He's got some baggage. We're going to, what? Stop being stupid.
See, I'm so glad I haven't looked at it. Like, I didn't read any.
Oh, my God.
I'll scroll through the Facebook because I don't like notifications on my phone.
It's the absolute devil. It is the absolute devil. And I haven't been in these groups in months. I'm not going to lie. In fact, I just did a post tonight that was a thank you post and it hasn't been approved. And I don't know that it'll get approved because Facebook groups suck and they hate me and I hate them. It's okay. It's mutual. I'm not upset if it doesn't because I'll just do it on my own page. It's totally fine. But
actually, if he sat next to me, my southern sweet ass would just like the whole God bless you, but cover your effing mouth. I'd be talking about all the luxuries, all these things, and just rubbing it in that guy's face. Like just things he will never touch, never experience, never have the privilege or the right. I mean, I don't, even in your own country, like you make fucked up and big time. But I would just, you know what I mean? Just being like, oh my God, I can't wait to travel. My husband and I are going here next. And we're doing this. And,
we're going to see the kids. We're traveling from Tulsa to Baltimore. And I, by the way, I sat next to this really awesome guy in a yellow shirt and handcuffs. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What? I would just be like, I don't really want to sit next to you, but I know the guy with the pew pew is right behind you, and I'm just going to sit here and just make you just rub it in your face. But
I would tell him,
really short
in the words of Ron White, I wouldn't want what are those?
Mm-hmm. You're not going to limp away from this one.
You are not going to limp away from this one, buddy. Nope.
And then my sayonara would be when we get off. So I would just kind of be cordial and just placate. You know what I mean? Just a smart ass. And
like I said, there's a special place in hell for this guy. Mm-hmm. And I really, I'm going to get into the hearing later, but let me finish this really quick. So he was flown in, and the stupid people in the Facebook group were up in arms because he flew in on U.S. Border Patrol, private plane, which I'm sure the minibar is fabulous in. Like, seriously, really? Y'all piss me off. Y'all just piss me off. So currently Hernandez is in custody. He awaits a bail hearing. This was yesterday, and he had his bail hearing today. Isn't he a looker? Isn't he just... This is what I wanted to end with, though, on this video, is this beautiful creature right here. We honor Rachel Morin and her family's journey to justice. Victor is merely, and I do mean this, in her story, a footnote. He is not a chapter. He is a footnote. And I really wanted to make that very clear. And I wanted her picture to be the last picture in this presentation because to me it was important. it's important that we don't end with his nasty ass look. But back to the artist rendition. If you guys do an overlay, which I don't want to give any names out, but someone did send me an overlay. It's incredible. The nose, the ears, everything. Goofy ass hair on all 5'8" of your dumbass. It's uncanny how well the artist got the details from the witnesses in order to put this sketch out.
Wow, I hadn't seen that. That's awesome.
It's in our messages. So, okay, hold on. Let me try and turn something off. So, turn to today. Cut to today. Should I show the... There's so much we have to talk about and so much I can't talk about. She is so gorgeous. She is so gorgeous. Hang on one.
While you're looking for that, when we were talking about, just like you said, taking note of the dates and certain things, that was it Saturday that y'all were calling me being like, we got them and all that stuff. And that was the night before I didn't sleep at all. And I don't know if y'all saw it. We posted it on the community post, but it was like I was up at 6, like watching the sunrise, and it was just the most beautiful ray of just like shining light. Just, when you get it perfect on your camera for some odd reason. And it was just, looking back on it, we said it. I was like, who would have known, like, this ray of light shining in on, the baskets on the porch and all this, and just beautiful sky had so much meaning. And I just...
Well, and like I said, today it was special too. I was going to show this really quick. By the way, I've gotten no less than 3 messages. It's so funny. A friend of mine just messaged me maybe an hour and a half ago and asked if I'm the one. And I've gotten 2 other messages prior to that on this video where he's coming off a Con Air. And this is, by the way, in case you didn't know, this is the new perp walk, because what happens is when they go to the detention centers, they all go underground or garages because they're not going to take any chances on letting this guy out. They're not going to walk him in front of the camera the way it used to be. So they're going to make sure, Danilo Cavalcante did the same thing where, they had him all chained up and took his picture. This is the new type of perp walk. I'm here for it. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Law enforcement, thank you. And I don't want to blow anybody's eardrums out, but
no, but I'm
not going to play this. I'm not going to play this. I'm not going to play this sound. What did you say?
I just said I applaud them. They CYA'd in a way. They did it right. They're not
You sure did.
Parading him around. You know what I mean? They're like, we're not taking a chance on anything.
I mean, they paraded him. Let's be real. I mean, they sure shit did, and I'm here for it. Every second of it. Congratulations. Like, do you want cake? You want beer? What do you want? Because I will provide it. I'm here for it. But it just pisses me off because I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, he says you've landed. Let that piece of shit off the plane. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol owns that plane. And that, my friends, is what they call Con Air. Now, if you think that looks like Jay-Z's on the inside, you are sadly mistaken. I suggest you Google it. Because it ain't all couches, sofas, and, Dom Perignon. I'm pretty sure it's uncomfy in there for him. So here come the steps. Watch for his weak ass ankles. They're all coming out. Hang on one second.
Strong ankle.
He says, I shall catch you. I mean, push you if you fall. This one says, let me sling my gun over my shoulder. This one says, hold on.
We'll move.
I got your back. This one says, hold my beer.
High five.
We got him.
And now they're like, come on, a-hole. You can do it.
Yeah, enjoy the hot air at Martin State Airport. And here's our piece of shit right there. There he is.
When you have someone on your...
Hold on 1 second, Ella. Hold on 1 second. I want you guys to really pay attention to how he walks, because remember, the walk was so important to everybody in the ring video. So watch the walk and tell me it's not the same guy. Here we go. Look at that. Look at those knees. Look at that walk. It's the same walk. 5'8", 160 pounds, soaking wet. Love that cute FBI agent in the back there. Baltimore field office. Now this guy, he looks like he'd be fun. I don't know what type of weapon that is strapped to his leg. Something tells me he did some military time. He's got the gum in his mouth. He's calling everybody names. I love it. I'm here for it. I love that guy. That's the kind of guy I want walking next to him. Tossing him into the vehicle. But wait! When you think that Harford County is going to well, let's put him in over here, they say, oh, no. Here's your perp walk to the media, which I was, like I said, I was here for this. I thought he was getting in over here and we were done. I did not realize that these cool dudes were going to parade. Oh, look at this. Hey, let's parade him around again. Let's show everybody what we do. That guy's thigh is bigger than Victor. His thigh, look at that. I'm here for you, sir. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Yep. And there he goes. So then he's off to the detention center, right? And they're asking him questions, and they're like, did you do it? Did you? Yeah, I know. There are some hot cops, right? More than that, there's some brilliant cops, which I love, which I absolutely love. And I'm so grateful for their service. So yesterday, let me see if I can find it. I don't know what time he landed specifically, but I missed him by mere moments. And I do mean that. I did a live from the detention center when I could. That here's the detention center. Here it is right here. Hang on 1 sec. I want to make sure that I'm sharing the right screens. I can take that off. Okay, and then we want to show this from today. Hang on, I'm coming. I'm sorry, you guys. A little slow. Look at his guns. I know. So this is our friend's temporary home. Looks really nice, doesn't it? Doesn't that look nice? Looks nice. It's very clean, lovely flowers. And then you look over here to the right, and it's like, it is dense. It's heavy. It looks hot and uncomfortable. And then I don't want to play the live, and there's a reason I don't want to play the live that I did while I was there, and I'm probably going to have to take it down for now. But this, I don't even know if I should show this. This is so. I'm sure that there were people that tell you this was a classless move. But that was my welcome to Baltimore, welcome to Maryland, welcome to Hazard County. And I literally yelled it there's cameras right behind me right here. You can see that there's a camera there right here. It's a camera. There's cameras all over the place. By the way, cops all over the place. When I rolled in, there was probably really, I love those wheel. Oh God, there had to be maybe 15 people around. I know it was shift change too. I approve this message. Thank you. Please feel free to share it wherever you like. No, nope, no visitors. Nope. So that was my message to him. That was my message to Victor. Just basically go fuck yourself, because that's all you're getting. So I did that. So yesterday when I found out he landed, I happened to be over in that area. I went and filmed, and I ran into a CO. Nice guy, really, really nice guy. And I saw his name. I know who he is, all the things. And I pulled over while I was live, and I purposely put the camera down because I wasn't going to show him. But he was a really super cool guy. And I said, has Hernandez been brought in yet? And you can't see. And this is the part that sucks because I couldn't show this on the video, but you just see him smile and he goes, I don't know. I haven't walked in yet. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I said, well, and it was really super unprofessional and rude of me. And I said, if you were able to trip him, push him, whatever you saw fit at that time, I'm down for that. And the guy he literally had his hands in his pockets, and he goes back and he goes, and he laughs and he said, no comment. Big smile on his face. No comment. Because I'm sure that these guys want to just, as badly as we want to do it, that they want to do it even 10 times worse. But they can't because they're professionals, and I love them. Hang on 1 second. I'm trying to see. Nope, still haven't approved my post. But he was a really nice guy. So then I went to go shake his hand. He's like, I can't shake your hand. I'm like, oh my God, I'm at the jail. They're going to think I'm handing him contraband. Especially after I'm talking about Victor Martinez Hernandez. Can we not? Get your shit together. Don't be shaking. But I did thank him. He was really sweet. He was very cool. And I hope that we just told him we hope he stays safe. He was a good guy, though. The bail hearing for Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez was today. If you haven't heard, he was denied bail. Who's shocked? He pled not guilty. Who's shocked? And this is the one that got me the most and really pissed me off, as he showed no remorse. Who's shocked? We all knew from that video that was shown, it means vicious. It means vicious. It's just vicious. We all know, seeing that ring video, how cocky and arrogant he was when he walked out, and that swagger that he had. He just didn't care. Apparently that carried through to today. And I have a video of Matt McMahon, which I will share with you, and I'm going to let him kind of take over and talk about the things today. This was on Fox 45, WBFF. It was shown. That's where I got the video from, but it was several news outlets that were there. And Matt did tell us that Aaron, if you don't know who Aaron is, I'm going to tell you that specifically and technically, she's Rachel's half sister. I don't play that game. She's Rachel's sister. She's beautiful. She has been involved and helping from the get-go. She is absolutely lovely inside and out and has done so much for this case, continued to keep Rachel in the spotlight. And this was their interview. Now, the reason, he has no soul. Rhiannon, you're absolutely correct. You're 100%. He has no soul. And it's evident in his eyes. I was going to run through this video. It's 17 minutes. But there's somebody on this video that I can't watch. I can't do it, won't do it, and I won't subject anyone else to do it. So we're going to start at the point where Matt and Aaron come on. Let me take a little sip of my beverage here. I have a gnat in my beverage. What the hell? How does one? Okay, well, you stay on that side. I'll drink over here.
It's called summer.
Damn, that's a bitch. So this was Matt's interview after Matt and Aaron's interview after the hearing today, which, let me just stress again, he was denied bail and he pled not guilty. He does have a public defender. We will show you all the paperwork, and we're also going to talk about that because LFT does love to talk her court stuff. And we're going to reiterate the Casey Anthony bullshit and how it relates to this in case you guys don't understand why he's being charged with so many different things. We'll go through that. But let me put Matt on really quick. LOT, can you hear that?
Yep, I can hear it.
Okay. So they're going to describe who this is so you'll understand. But Matt McMahon is father to Rachel's oldest child, but father to also, he loves all the children as if they were his own. And he takes, along with the other fathers, we're not shading any fathers here, he has partnered with all the fathers and really helped in raising the kids this last 10 months and will continue to do so.
And you can hear it, but just y'all may need to turn it up just a little bit. Not you, Tia. Just I don't want it to be too loud.
Isn't she a stunner?
Sorry, guys.
I wanted to be there so bad today. God darn it. Did you guys hear that? Somebody just yelled from a car. Basically was something, you piece of shit. And they weren't talking to Matt. They were talking to Victor. So he is a class act. They're both classy.
And Matthew McMahon, MATTHEW, MC capital N, AHON, and Aaron's Rachel's sister, and I'm the father of Rachel's oldest child, and soon to be grandfather of her granddaughter.
I'm sorry, what? Did y'all catch that? Did you catch that?
I was about
Did y'all
to
catch
ask.
that?
Did y'all hear it?
Did you hear it? Hold on, we're going to play it one more time again. I might do it one more time again after that. Hold on.
And Matthew McMahon, MATTHEW, MC capital N, AHON, and Aaron's Rachel's sister, and I'm the father of Rachel's oldest child, and soon to be grandfather of her granddaughter.
There is a grandbaby on the way. Rachel's baby is going to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel's daughter is going to have a baby girl. He did announce that, and we are beyond thrilled. And when we spoke with Matt the other day, I told him on the last live that we had raised a couple bucks for him, the kids, whatever, like whatever they wanted to do. If you guys were there, many people donated. I think we got about 85 or $100 that stream, which is huge for us. And we're so grateful. Thank you very much. We're going to be donating that to Matt's daughter and new grandbaby.
And can I just chime in real fast before you hit play again?
Yeah.
I think this speaks to the character of Matt too, and how he has carried himself in terms of representing Rachel and the children and everything. When he told us he was going to be a grandfather.
No,
it was Rachel's going to be a grandmother.
Going to be a grandmother. He never once, like, I really want. Hello, Facebook land. I really want you to approve my message because I wrote something to Matt in this message. And one of the things I said, and I don't want to give away the whole thing. If you go into the Rachel Morin Manhunt group, you'll see my message if they approve it. If they don't, then you won't see it. But it was how humble he is. And everything is for his daughter and the kids. And now he has not slept. He has been, when I tell you hasn't slept, like, I'm not just saying he hasn't slept, like, legitimately the man has not slept in 10 months. You could message him at any hour and his brain is rattling off what he could do, how he could help, how he could get Rachel's name out there to one more person. He's done a really amazing job. Aaron as well. There's no shade here. It's just, I want to make sure, and I was really very upset today that I wasn't at the hearing. I really, really wanted to be there. But going to the trail, and I went with my son. My son was the one that really pushed me. And he said, I said, well, I'm just going to go and take some pictures really quick. And he said, why? And I said, because they caught Rachel Morin's killer. And he said, well, don't you think we should take a walk and maybe appreciate it? And I was like, well, yeah, but I mean time. And because he had things he had to do today too. And I was, I wanted to be respectful of my son. And he was like, no, we're going for a walk. We got out of the car. He grabbed my hand and he said, let's go. Come on, lady. That's what he calls me lady. He doesn't call me mom. He calls me lady. And he's like, come on, lady. We got a walk to go on. So we went live for just a quick second. And what I want to say about the going on the trail today is I got an opportunity to appreciate the trail for the first time in a really long time. It's been very heavy there. The air has been thick. It's not a lot of people around, kind of negative. And that's not our little space. Our little space is like very warm and welcoming, and people say hello to each other. And not that people weren't like that. It was just off. And today it was good. And I'm glad that that's where I got to go. And I took a gazillion pictures and we went to the tunnel and we did all the things. But I want to focus back on Matt here. Hold on one second. Matt and baby Rachel. baby Rachel.
So we're going to keep this brief. I just want to say I have full faith and confidence in the judicial system. And I just want to express my deepest gratitude for all the members of the Harford County Sheriff's Department, the Maryland State Police, the LAPD, the FBI, Homeland Security, and anybody else that I may not have mentioned that has helped get us to this point. I'd like to thank the media too for just keeping the spotlight on Rachel, not forgetting Rachel and the people that love Rachel. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything you'd like to say about what you heard or saw today at all?
I prefer prefer not to. I think at this point, I'm happy to leave this in the hands of the state's attorney, the deputy state's attorney.
Are you happy with the outcome of the female firefighters?
It is what it is. No, I can't think of any further comments. But.
None that he'd like to say out loud.
Sure, we'll let Erin go first.
Erin Lennon, Rachel's half sister.
And I'm Matthew McMahon. I'm the father of Rachel's oldest child, and later this year, I'll be the grandfather of her granddaughter. Our daughter Faye is going to give birth between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I feel like the due date is that's her news to share if she ever chooses to share it, but in that time frame.
I'm so glad that we let him say this on our live, even in a recording.
It wasn't the first time I've seen his face. The first time was Friday. I'm sure we'll see his face more, but again, at this point, I'm happy to have this turned over to the state's attorney's office. So I don't feel the need to make any further comments. I put forth a lot of effort. A lot of people put forth a lot of effort to try to keep Rachel's name alive and to try to identify this person. But I think that job's done. So.
Show any emotion?
He seemed not remorseful at all. So that was kind of tough too, you know. I mean, to hear everything that he's been charged with, and like, didn't even faze him. So.
Thank you.
So, hi, Shifty. Oh, Shifty Decipher's having a new baby. I know. Isn't that cool? It is a circle of life. Hang on. Let me take that off. It is a circle of life. But I know that, look at this lovely soul. Demi, I've missed you. I know. It takes you, it's like,
Yeah, I really, like, I meant, like, I really was like, Timmy, but I just want to reiterate what I just said, that you and I've known this, and I'm so glad. I don't care who's in this chat or who watches the replay, or I don't care if y'all heard it, elsewhere, actually Matt's news briefing, but I'm glad that it didn't come from us. Like, it came in his voice, and
it's as it should be.
And I was about to say, I love that for us, and I love that more importantly for him and the family, especially Faye and everyone. But I love that we were able to share it this way, and in his voice, and
me too.
And they really, they are super excited, and it's such a, I mean,
well, babies are always good
there are no
news.
words. Yeah, I mean, they're always good news, but I think it's so important too that I have no doubt Faye is going to be an amazing mom.
Well, she's been taking care of her 4 siblings I don't want to say, let me back that up. She has been assisting her whole life in taking care of her 4 siblings. She's going to be an amazing mom. She really is. We wish her all the best. And I've already been shopping.
Yep. And echoes of Rachel are going to resonate left and right throughout this pregnancy, this child's upbringing. And I think that is something that is very much deserved for not only Faye, but the aunts, the uncles, Matt, everyone.
Pepper.
You got to find the silver lining sometimes, and it's not an easy one, but it's a very much deserved and just.
I like what Wheel said. Yeah, it seems perfect the way he acknowledged the granddaughter and the timing. The Lord works in perfect and mysterious ways. I agree. And this, where evil abounds, grace abounds even more. Yes. Yes. And it was really funny. And I say funny, haha, because when he told us, it had already been announced on another interview. It was on STS, Surviving the Survivor. And I only caught a portion of that interview. So what I saw, I thought was the whole thing. I was mistaken because he said, well, you heard the news. And we were like, no. And he was kind of like, you're kidding, right? And we were like, no. And he's like, but you watched the interview. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I had no idea where he was going with this. None. And he said, Rachel is going to be. He didn't say that I'm going to be a grandfather. He said Rachel was going to be a grandmother. And I think that speaks volumes. I think that is exactly the way that Matt is. If you were going to describe Matt, I think that's a really good description of Matt, is how humble, how he has stayed focused. If you're a praying person, please send some good thoughts and prayers to the entire family. Because frankly, shit's about to get real. I don't even know. I don't even know. Shit's about to get real. And there are things out there I will not discuss right now. But things are happening. They are public. They may not be public knowledge, but they are public. And we will discuss it when the time is right. That is not going to happen tonight, though, because tonight I want to focus on grandbabies and Rachel and beautiful walks in the trail. And what else do we want to talk about?
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, we know Decipher's been kind of, excuse me, put under the microscope at times around the holidays and stuff. And that is so insignificant, because at the end of the day, our thoughts, our wishes, and our work goes to that family as a whole. I mean,
as a whole,
we don't have to, we don't have to agree with everything or whatnot, but we are not above. There's not a team, one side, one other. There's, at the end of the day, we're true to our character and our values, and
we kept our word. We will continue to do so.
Mm-hmm.
The trail looked beautiful, and the cameras are up, and I do have pictures of them, and it's really cool. And I'll share a couple with you. But the other thing I wanted to say is those cameras wouldn't be up if it wasn't for Rachel. So if you think about it, there's so many good things and so many positive things, and I'm tragically sorry that Rachel lost her life for those things to happen, because I fully believe if the cameras were there, well, there's a camera right at her location. So
I think what you and I both know, and what everyone else knows, is there was no reason for the loss. All of us agree on that, but it is not in vain, and her it resonates certainly throughout Hartford County. I mean, I don't know many, you know what I mean, and I just feel like she is a shining light for so many right now. And just think of it, it's the start of the summer. This happened last year, towards the end of the summer, and her name has never fallen out of YouTube interviews, YouTube, coverage, social media coverage, national, local coverage. And now she's now a beacon for something, and her name carries so much. Not that her name did not carry meaning beforehand.
I don't think you have to qualify,
but it's amplified. I was about to say, but it's amplified, and I think that's so appropriate. And I'm sorry, I just meant it gives it. I take peace in that, and it warms my heart in that. That's all I meant, and I'm speaking for myself.
I agree it is a national issue, and it pisses me off, and I'll do an entire stream cursing every mother trucker out that I can think of, because we were on the phone when a tweet came through from a politician. We were on the phone with Matt when a tweet came through from a politician who's using Rachel's name to further their career, and nothing makes my head spin off and makes me throw up pea soup faster than a politician using a victim for the platform of getting votes. I will lobby myself. I will lose I don't care what side you're on. I do not care. Do not use this woman's name to further your career. Stop it. Now, I did hear what?
Not to mention, there's so many national or not, whether it's gotten coverage or not. There are so many names more in a meaningful way, other than Rachel, that you could apply to the same situation. Don't capitalize on things, and if you do, make sure you damn well do it appropriately.
Well, it's not appropriate. None of it's appropriate right now. None of it. And I said this the other day on a live. You know, the first thing people want to do. Hi, Sally Mae. The first thing people want to do when there's a shooting, a mass shooting, or a school shooting, whatever kind of shooting there is, they all want to, gun control. Gun control. We need gun control. Really? Is it the time for that now? Or is it the time to mourn the loss and help families? Same thing here. Everyone wants to talk about immigration and the laws and the walls and the things. I don't give a shit. I want the focus to remain on Rachel. I don't give a shit about your political career. Yes, I know Donald Trump called Patty Morin. I think that's amazing. Do I think it was a political move? Uh-huh. And if you don't, you're an idiot.
Tia says amazing. I say I'm not answering that.
Well, I mean, I do. I think, sadly, I haven't heard Biden call anybody or know how to use a phone or stay awake long enough to it's all of it. It's all messy. It's all messy. Both sides are messy. There's no winners there. We're just not even going to talk about that anymore, but whatever. This was the trail today when I went. I put this flower up. It's a silk flower. It's not a big deal, but I put it up on the bulletin board when we replaced the wanted signs. What were they called? Word just went right out of my head. The signs. LFT.
Liars.
Thank you.
Sorry,
so
my phone's taking a second when I click the button. I'm sorry. So I put this flower up to honor her because this was her favorite flower. So I put this up on the bulletin board. Let me find. I don't even know where my pictures went now. I am so discombobulated. So it was still up today, which I thought was kind of cool. So that was still up. And then I put them on either side of I don't know if you can see it. On either side of the trail as you enter, I put the orange flowers there for Rachel, and they're still there. And then someone else added some other pretty carnations today. But as you can see further down right here, there's a sign. And that sign, look at this. Look how beautiful this was today. It was lush. It was full. And this sign says arrest made, Rachel Hannah Morin. I'm going to show you the sign, but that greets you as you come in. Look at the lighting of the greenery. Just look at the lighting behind it.
It says arrest made for the murder of Rachel Hannah Morin. Thank you, Harford County. And it just goes on to, it says, on behalf of the men and women of Harford County Sheriff's Office, I want to extend our heartfelt thanks to the citizens of the community for their patience and unwavering support throughout this investigation. This is, so the sheriff put this out to the citizens. I won't read the whole thing, but if you want to read it, you can. It's just a really cool thing. And these were just some of the shots I got today when I was at the trail. Now, if you don't feel how gorgeous, it was 90 degrees when we were there. It was hot, but it wasn't hot at that moment. For some reason, there was a light breeze blowing. It was kind of pretty. And we just walked down the trail. I wanted to show you. These are the cameras, and each one of the cameras is labeled. Actually, I don't know if I can make that bigger or not. Let me try. If you look, they have, can you see that? It's a Williams 4. So they all have signs so that you, Gaylord does rock. So that if you were to call 911 and tell them, hi, Aussie, welcome in. Tell them you're in trouble or they saw something, you can identify where you are. That was one of the things with Rachel that was a little bit confusing. The person that called it in was very clear on where they should go. There was some confusion on the part of the 911 operator and where the police should go. But anyway, the cameras are all up. They're along the trail. This is Heavenly Waters. This flows right into where Rachel was found. But this is just a beautiful stream. And it was just, like I said, the day was lovely. We're in a drought. Don't judge us. I did take some videos. I wanted to show just all of the cameras around. Very safe place. I did go back to, by the way, just so y'all know, those are my feet. Because, I'm rocking flip-flops even on the trail. My son was ready to kill me. He's like, why are you wearing those right now? You always wear flip-flops at the wrong time. But anyway, I just wanted to show some pictures. I will show you, hang on one second. Actually, LFT, if you want to take over for one quick second, I'm going to show you guys a picture of what the tunnel looked like. Hi, Tiff. Welcome in. Of what the tunnel looked like last August, what the tunnel looked like in November, and what the tunnel looks like now, and what everyone was up against in trying to look, figure out this. So if you want to do that, I will pull those pictures up really super fast.
Well,
do you want to talk about the actually, do you want to talk about the trial or the charges? Oopsie.
Yes, I can, but I was going to say, y'all never believe this, but I don't know if my phone caught it. Did you show the picture that you sent me the other day with the screenshot that you took where you noticed the flowers still on the
Oh no, I didn't show that. I mean, I showed
yeah, I'll just talk about it.
Okay.
Wow, after I had to burp, so thank gracious I'm muted. So sorry. Tia the other day this was right after he had been announced. Yeah, right? It was around that time.
Yeah.
And Tia sent me a screenshot of local news coverage or stuff, and it was right there. Remember the day that actually, let's give Johnny Blackhawk some credit too, because he came down to help you try to nail the thing into that.
That was in March.
That community, that little hut stand at the beginning.
That's where I was showing the red or the orange flower. That's where that was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So what I was saying, I didn't know if you had showed that on the live yet because my phone, I was delayed, and so I was like, I don't know if I missed it, but
Yes.
Tia had sent me the screenshot, And she was like, look closely. And I noticed that the flower that Tia had put there months ago was still on there.
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's what I meant. That I.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, we talked about that. But yeah, I was still there. That was pretty cool. We're gonna go leave some real flowers for Rachel. I usually leave them down by the tunnel, but what I was gonna show you guys is the difference really quick in what so this is what the tunnel looked like. Let me find the other.
And when after she does that, I can give you all the updates on like the court stuff. By the way, the charge, like, it's horrendous when you read even the like one paragraph blurb about he just.
Well, we'll get hold on.
Yeah,
Let me
but
hold on.
wait, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wasn't right. He's got 6 charges. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, and there's a good reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, hang on, I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is what the tunnel looked like on November 13th. Okay. It's pretty barren. This is the street above. This is where 24 crosses these tunnels. And this is where she was brutally attacked and left and discovered. Okay. So you get an idea. You can kind of see November, what it looks like. There was trash. There was, just roadside stuff left around. Also, this is kind of how barren it gets during that time of year. This was November after the leaves just fell. And as you can see, it was still there was still leaves on the trees, but it's pretty open, right? You get a good idea of, hang on, stop sharing because I don't want to show my businessness. And then I think I took some more. Well, I've taken a lot of pictures. I've tried to keep up with the pictures year round. This was March. Same. Hold on. I'm not sharing. So it's literally the same picture, but this was taken on March 5th. So you can see it's still very kind of barren.
Mm-hmm. Did you change the color of your mouse or your?
I had to. There's a reason for that. I literally had to. I cannot see I lose my mouse on my screen all the time. So then today I wanted to show you when was this? Oh, so apparently on April 14th, I went and left flowers. There they are. I try to go about once a month, and it looks I didn't realize that I actually had proof of it. But I do. Today I took video of the tunnel. If I can find it, I'll share it with you. This is it right here. So this is what it looks like when you walk back to that area now. It is extremely different than what it looked like then. Oh, hold on. We don't need sound. Oops. Nope, still doesn't want to do it. Can you see that still? So that's Heavenly Waters. That's the water that kind of flows through, and it's just beautiful. You can see how thick. Oh, I wanted to stop. Right there is where the tunnel is. Right there. Oh, this was weird.
It's so wild when people try to.
Also, yeah, those are rubber gloves that were still at the scene.
But it's crazy when you look back at the pictures from like November and stuff when other people, even you've gone out and filmed with and this is not even August, like we're early into the season, and the lush, like the fullness of it
Oh
at
my
this point,
God.
is
So
so
full.
different.
What I wanted to show though is the path is far clearer than it used to be. The path back to the tunnel is way more open and looks, I mean, I don't want to say it's cut down, but you can tell people have been back there. I'm literally staring at the tunnel. Can you see it? No.
But remember back in November and stuff when we had coverage of it, and it was
Well,
like
that's, I just showed those pictures.
Mhm.
Yeah. There it is. My point being, this guy scouted this area out. Look how overgrown it is now compared to what it was in April. And I have pictures. I literally took pictures. I'm going to try and do a video. I'll shut that off. Close window. I took video, maybe not every month, but close to it. I know I got all the seasons, a little bit in between, of the area. So you could see winter, spring, summer, and fall, how hard this was to determine the route this guy took, where he was standing, all the things. It's pretty interesting. And I don't really mean interesting in a good way. Really don't. Do you have the files, or do you want me to share them while you're speaking?
I mean, I'm looking at them right now, but I was going to ask if you wanted to mention about
well, why don't you put it back chat in case I don't want to talk about it?
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
I have no idea what you're talking. I don't know what you're going to add.
It's all in the articles and things that have been.
Oh, then
written.
yeah, I don't care. Yeah, whatever that
about that. If people weren't aware, that didn't they? If I'm reading correct, in the Washington Post and Baltimore Banner, and please Google. I mean, put Rachel Morin in your Google bar and give every article a click. But it talks about how they even were able to find some items belonging to him after the fact that they were able to tie back.
Well, he's been here the whole time. He's been here since May. He left in early May. So he's been in the state of Maryland, not necessarily in this area, but he's been in the state of Maryland staying with family. Two bags of clothes and shoes were found at the home of family where he was staying. So that will come to light. And but that's how they determined. Yeah, they did determine that it was him.
I mean, even just more items pointing to him. But I just meant
what more items?
I mean, other than his the hat and the DNA and the link to.
Oh yeah, they collected more DNA from his clothing.
Yeah. I just meant more items they do have, and it's out, like we're not releasing anything new because it's out there. So I was just
yeah. So go ahead, LFT. I have the case information. I'll change the pages. You talk about it.
Okay, that's just the basic his arrest. I mean, basic case information. The next page, he's got a public defender. Didn't he join the hearing today by Zoom? I don't know. I thought I read that he joined via Zoom. I know I thought his public defender.
I'm trying to. I don't want to talk too much about. Yes, I don't want to.
I don't know. I mean,
he doesn't give a shit. And they weren't. I don't think that unless it, like for the bail hearing, they're not going to
I mean,
hire the people, have the people, for his stupid ass bail hearing, which we knew was going to. We all like, if you know, if you studied, if we watched one episode of CSI, or Law and Order,
the only reason I wanted to say that is because right there where it says court scheduling information, where it said today's date 1 p.m. I just wanted to say, from what I understood, he joined by Zoom, but the next hearing is set for July 18th.
So bond review, it's in the courtroom. Let's see. These are the charges. Go ahead.
You go ahead and read it because you can see it better than I can.
We have murder in the first degree, murder in the second degree, rape in the first degree, rape in the second degree, assault in the first degree, assault in the second degree. Does anyone know why we do this? Why? Because we don't want another Casey Anthony situation. We don't want to throw the book at one person with one charge and have them go through court and realize that, well, yeah, I mean, she's probably guilty. We didn't find her guilty. She's probably guilty, but we can't do any lesser charges because we didn't charge her with anything less. That is why we are throwing every degree, third degree black belt at this guy. So if this doesn't stick, if you will, then they have second degree to fall back on. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention, where did I have that? I think it's in the stuff that you sent. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Actually, I was just going to answer Will's question. I thought you were looking up something.
So this is just the bond stuff. He's held without bond. It was declined like a bad credit card. He does have a public defender. This one I thought was interesting right here, which is request for language interpreter. I have some things about that one I'd like to discuss. This was really important to me, though. This was interesting, and LFT sent me this yesterday. This is the statement of charges. Murder in the first degree, and this describes what happened. He feloniously, willfully, and deliberately premeditated malice and forethought killed and murdered Rachel Morin against the peace, government, and dignity of the state. This is a life sentence right here. So first degree murder, life sentence. Maryland does not have the death penalty. They haven't had it in some time. Second degree murder, 40 years if he's charged. He's 23. 40 years. So he's 63 just on, like, if he just gets that alone. Okay. Rape in the first degree, that's a life sentence. So say he gets charged with first degree rape, first degree murder, life sentence. Who cares? Doesn't matter how many years because he's not going to see the light of day. Second degree, if he were found with second degree, that's 20 years. So right now we've got second degree murder. We're just going to hypothetically say this, and this is very hypothetical because we're going to remain positive and we know what's going to happen here. 40 years for second degree murder, 20 years for second degree rape. Assault in the first degree is 25 years. We're just going to say, hypothetically, because that's what we're doing here, he got assault in the second degree, which is 10 years. Okay? So he's got 40 plus 10 is 50 plus 20 is 70. He's looking at 70 years in prison minimal. That is the least he could do. Okay. And we haven't answered for the LA charges and El Salvador. El Salvador, they're going to get his coffin. They're going to get his remains. That's what they're going to get. He's not going to he's got to serve his time here. And all the things have to happen here first before he goes to El Salvador or anywhere else. This is the piece of shit. Do you know if he's affiliated with a gang? He has been affiliated with a gang. He has been affiliated with a gang. Yes. Which is very dangerous for prison. You know, as we all know, prison is overrun with gangs. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to take his face off there. I cannot deal. His eyes are so dead. And he's cross-eyed, which gives me just a little peace and joy. So minimally 70, 80 years. He's 23. I don't think he'll make it. Oh, good. Where's my 8? Oh, my 8 ball's downstairs. I was going to say, what's the outlook? And I'm sure it would say not good.
Then in terms of the whole El Salvador event too, the impression from everything read and from what law enforcement said during their press conference when they announced his arrest, there's no intention of letting him not be brought to justice on that front as well. I don't think. Certainly, I was not under the impression that Hartford County was ever going to ignore his indiscretions and his foul events that took place prior to not only coming to the States, but I mean, certainly to Maryland. And that's, I don't know if I'm wrong on that, but every article I've read recently, and it's kind of rare in the cases that we've focused on. Rarely do you see you're on an international warrant. Like, not only are you in custody now, but you have your ass is in the hot seat in El Salvador as well.
I mean, I wish I felt bad for him. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what is really funny? Okay. We were talking about dates and stuff, and I know this is like really no one's going to care about this but me. But so the first day that I met, why isn't this working? The first day that I met Black Hawk on the trail, Johnny Black Hawk, for those who don't know, is the stepfather of the girl who found Rachel. She too is pregnant. She is due mere moments. But what's funny is I met Johnny at the trail, which was so weird now that I think about it. Like, who meets strange men on a trail? Oh, you're going to hang on. I'll be right there. But I did, and I didn't regret it. He was very kind to me. He's a very kind person. But it was funny. We were sitting on the bench and we were talking, and this was under the bench. This plastic badge, I swear to God, this plastic badge was under the bench that I was sitting on. And it says Junior Deputy, Hartford County Sheriff's Office. Okay. So this was just, a kid's thing that he found. And immediately he handed it to me. And I've had it on my desk ever since that day in August when I met him. And I just looked over at it. And this has to go with my thing that I received from Rachel's family that was a belonging of hers. I think this should probably go next to it. Just to remind us of cool things. Kind of made me think of Lori Valley, Utah, Arizona, but international scale. Yeah, right? They would not send him back until his time is done here unless he's not convicted. Right. So that tells me that, I don't know, maybe in 100 years, he might get a flight back to, right now, there's no flights to El Salvador.
Yeah, I don't foresee him going back until he's held accountable here. I could see
he's going back in a coffin.
No, I could see them going back to let him stand trial potentially. Like I put in my comment. Okay. I just meant on an international scale. It doesn't mean that he's going back there and staying there, but he can go back there.
No one took that as that at all.
Yeah.
Nope,
facing
I don't even know that they will let him go after he's charged and sentenced. I don't know that they will they let him because he's a runner. I don't know if they'll take him back to El Salvador.
I think they would. Yeah. Because he would be under immense, he would go potentially to, $10, who knows? I started researching.
I feel like we could Zoom that one too. Just saying.
I'm just saying, I just started researching the international laws and protocols and stuff when it comes to crimes committed in multiple countries kind of deal. That the thing is, he's caught here initially in the U.S. and the only thing that sprang to mind was the Ballo case. And
well, he has to serve the time here first.
Yeah. Well, he can still come back to serve the time here, but he can go there to still face that kind of
What happened with Buren Vandersloot? Did he stay here or did he go back to Peru?
He went back and forth.
But where is he now?
Back in Peru.
Okay. That's where he was originally charged.
Mm-hmm. And then he came here to face potential charges. Then it was back. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure he wants to be here over than Peru. And frankly, sorry.
Oh no, I just was like, oh my gosh. As far as I thought Vandersloot was back in Peru, but you're right. Because when I said Bello the other night to you, you brought up Vandersloot, and I'm sorry, I forgot. But I do know it's like that back and forth. Like, I don't think he is not leaving Hartford County in a hot minute. Do you know what I mean? In terms of whether or not he decides to plead, whatever it happens, those steps of justice are going to be followed through here. And that's where you're right. And I'll continue to research it. I have several things bookmarked, but it was just, my understanding was kind of once that's kind of squared away, potentially allowing, extradited to go back to then face the charges there. So then essentially he would come back here and have to serve out his time here for his offenses here. And then even after that, which is even after death kind of deal, you're still going back to El Salvador to serve whatever outcome you get there. But however, El Salvador, and by the way, when I looked at it, I do not speak Spanish very well, and I've never had so many things pop up on my Google that it was like translate into English kind of deal to really understand it. But I don't know. I thought it was very commendable during that press conference the other day when they announced the arrest of him in Tulsa, that they made sure to acknowledge the crimes and the harm that he inflicted in El Salvador prior to coming even into the U.S., and that he is still wanted there, and that my impression was that they thought obviously that crime in that country also deserves justice or recognition, and they have no interest in neglecting that process.
No,
once things are done here.
I think, and I listen. I think he's going to use everything he can. The U.S. has to agree to extradite. I don't see Hartford being. I agree with you, Rhiannon. I don't think that Gaylor is going to allow there. I don't think there's any wiggle room with him. And I'm like I said, I'm here for it. I think it's fantastic. We support law enforcement. No, you may be right. I will have to look it up, but I know that he has to, before he's extradited, he has to serve the time here.
Yeah.
And footnote, he's going to have to answer to LA. I mean, us first, but he's got to answer to LA.
Or if there are any other crimes that he's committed in that meantime that they can
Right, but what?
I said any other crimes that they might be able to tie him to or convict him of, or charge him with in that meantime that we may not know about. I don't think he is going anywhere before things are solved here, is my point. But I don't.
No, but before he even goes back to El Salvador, he's got to answer for all the crimes he's committed here first. We don't know those yet. And one of the things that law enforcement is doing is now going back to see where he, where he has been.
In those jurisdictions, if they can, I sincerely hope they do pursue charges. If
100% they will. And okay, thank you, Rhiannon. Okay. Love you. Art. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I forgot what I was going to say. Part of my problem and why I don't like to go live right now, because I forget every other sentence. If I get distracted, they can convict and see, I think this is really important. So he doesn't even have to be there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We want to look into that. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, what I was going to say is we don't yet know what the charges are for any of the other crimes that he may have potentially committed. My hope is that he didn't do anything. My brain says that he has a 2-month cooling off period, and that's it. Also, I have read, which this made me thoroughly sick to my stomach. I read there's a potential he has a 3-year-old daughter. Now, is he involved in that life? No, I don't believe so, because, he's here and the child's in El Salvador. But all the things, more about per individual cases, circumstances, I'm still researching and trying to potential examples, etc. I mean, we'll find out on this case, particularly. We'll start asking some questions. Yeah, he's a father. He's a sperm donor. He created a human. Thank God he's not around that human. Thank God. Unfortunately, El Salvador doesn't have. I know. Which, I have to be honest with you. In this particular case, I'm a fan of him living in misery and alone. I don't know actually how it's going to work, and I'm interested to see. But with the heinous crimes that he's committed, and his sentence, I wonder how much time he will see with other prisoners. Like, right now I know he's not in Gen Pop. 100% not in Gen Pop. I do know that. He is 23 on, in the cell, eating. He might even be 24. They may just hose him off. I don't even know if they're doing that. But I don't know how much, between now and whatever trials, hearings, etc. happen, he will not be in general population. He will be in isolation. I know. I kind of wish he was going back to El Salvador for that. July 18th at 1 p.m. is the next hearing. What was that? Is that what is that one? I can't read.
Preliminary hearing.
Oh, that's the prelim?
Yeah, okay. July 18th at 1 o'clock. But, in terms of court scheduling and stuff, that date may change. Not because of any, nothing to do with extradition or anything like that. Just meant, in terms of court scheduling and stuff, that date may be pushed or move forward a little bit. But that's where it's, right now it's July 18th at 1 o'clock. Same judge, same everything.
Well, it should be the same judge throughout now. Now that they've been, it should be the same one. Prelim. So it's requested. They did have the habeas court. Okay. Habeas corpus means literally bring me the body, but if they did it through Zoom, language interpreter, victims, attorney. Never mind, we're not reading that one. Bail review docket sheet, bail review held, bail review summary, habeas corpus, commitment pending hearing, and prelim hearing. So we will keep you guys. Does Baltimore stream their cases? Not typically. But I do know a little bird told me that there's a shot that they're trying to stream this particular case, that they're trying to get Court TV to potentially do it. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. I didn't see the interview. I didn't hear the report, and I don't know what happened. I heard that there was maybe, possibly, sort of, kind of, maybe a shot. But this being a high-profile case, I'm really hoping Court TV covers it. Look for me. I'll be the blonde bitch in the corner taking notes and sneering.
And I feel like y'all said the DA and everyone is going to do what they can so that that jackass doesn't attempt to like plead or something. I would, like, in my head, it moves forward with the trial.
We're going through it in Houston. A 12-year-old girl. I know. I saw this under a bridge. Her hands and feet were tied. Two men not here did it. I heard. I think it would be in the. Rhiannon and I do as well. Hi, Astro. Thank you for coming in, and I'm so sorry. And I did see that case, and it's horrific. And we send our love and prayers to everybody in Houston, that little girl's family, and it will be. It will be, but, also, I'm the kind of person that I want everything to go so incredibly smooth for trials and hearings, and no screw ups, or I just want it to go smooth. So I hope it's televised. I don't know where y'all are. I didn't know you were. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Hi, Time Boy Charm. I did get your message, and it's adorable. I love those. What?
I'm sorry. I was about to say, I'm so sorry. My phone's about to die. I'll be in chat. I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell you before it dies because I'm not logged in on the computer. And so I'll be in the chat. I was letting you know in case I just fell off because my phone's at 3%.
Okay. Well, we can end it. I think we hit the points we wanted to hit, and that was to mainly focus that today was a beautiful day, that we got to go to the trail. The hearing happened. He didn't get to go outside, and I don't know what we can do, Astro, but we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. We love you. We love you too. We're going to do our best to whatever it is we can do, whether it's just talk about the cases, publicize the monsters, educate ourselves so that we can keep our families safe. Whatever it is we can do, we're going to try and do. But I'm going to go ahead and end this because we've been live for almost 2 hours. Nope, we are not giving up. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. I'm really glad to see you. It's been a minute since we've seen you. So I'm glad you're back in here. I hope that everyone has a really great weekend. Wasn't going to say anything, but I am going to say it. I'm a bit off. Today is the anniversary of my dad's death. So we'll be celebrating him and all the wonderful things that he is. And was, and I send my love to my family today, every day, but today especially. But our focus is on Rachel and her family and babies, children, and the good things that are happening. There's a lot of sidebar stories that are going to be coming out or have come out that I have shared, but I don't want to attach them to Rachel. I want them to be very separate. There is a connection, but also I don't want anything to tarnish Rachel's name. She is separate from all of the noise. So we'll be covering that as well, but know that when we do it, we will do it as separate cases and not as an attachment to Rachel. While there may be a connection, there's no need to do that. I don't want to. You can't make me. I don't want to. It is one moment at a time. Hi, Punkette. I love you. So we are going to be. This is a weekend of celebrations, right? We don't have someone here. We need to celebrate. We need to celebrate them. We need to not be sad. And so I'm going to do my damnedest to celebrate. We're going to celebrate Rachel's victories and everyone else's. And there's a lot of good out there. And there's a lot of good things happening. We just need to focus on that. While these stories can bring us down and hurt our hearts, there's still a lot of good. There's good people like law enforcement who help protect us and catch the bad guys. But on that note, I'm going to ask everybody to hashtag Rachel Morin with an orange heart. And be kind to each other. Go to your favorite creator. Tonight, I'm actually making the request that you go to Guilty of Crime, Jay's channel, and you like her Rachel Morin content, all of her content, but her Rachel Morin content is really outstanding. Do her a like, make sure you subscribe to her channel, like a bunch of her videos, and leave a nice comment. Leave a nice comment. She's a nice person. Tell her what a great job she's doing. And if you know some information on the Rachel Morin case and you want to help her out, I really highly recommend that you send her an email. Hi, ATS. Hi, Amber. It's really great to see you. Thanks for coming in earlier today and today. I appreciate it. But yeah, actually go to Amber's channel. Like her stuff. She's amazing. She's doing all the cases and she keeps up on everything. And she has a heart of gold and she's brilliant. And I love ATS News. I literally love ATS News. I've known Amber since the Watts days, and I just respect her work tremendously. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm trying so. I'm trying to keep that celebration going in my head, but y'all know. So hashtag Rachel Morin, keep her name out there. Focus on her, not the monster. Do something nice for someone else. Oh, Wheel. Yeah, I'm hopefully, I'm going to try and send Jay an email this weekend, and I hope to be able to get in touch, and I hope that we can maybe collab on something. Or if she, if she doesn't want to collab on something, which is totally great, maybe we have something she needs, and I can take pictures or whatever for her. But I love you guys too. Thank you. Send LFT your love. I guess that's it. I'll be back as soon as I can. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Justice for Rachel Morin. Take care.